Hey everyone, it's Kai from Cool Collectibles back again for another review. This time it's the Figma SP-131 Terracotta Warrior from their Table Museum series. So I'll just give you guys a quick look at the box art. So it's got some nice sort of styling for what you can achieve with the particular figure. They've got some nice swap out parts that I'll show you guys in a second to get the warrior on his knees, crouching down there. And they've got some accessories with the weapons as well, and some swap out faces. But I'll give you guys a closer look at that in a second. Just some more box art stuff there, and everything as before comes in some pretty collector friendly packaging as you would expect at this particular price range. I'll get the figure out the way. As I was saying before, it does come with some accessories to get him into the crouching position. So you've got this swap out piece here that is for the sort of lower torso hip area, so you can pull out this whole skirt section, put that on, and then swap out the lower limbs that you need to reattach in here. I was actually confused as to why they included these little pieces here, but as I mentioned in one of the other reviews, they actually give you these as what they call little instruments to prevent the shrinkage of the holes, which is a good thing. I'm not sure why the holes would shrink, but I guess this just being sort of molded plastic, maybe over time, if you don't have anything in the holes, they start closing up. But it's pretty good that they give those options. And that sort of paint application there in that piece marries up pretty well with the rest of the figure. It's got that nice sort of dirt wash on it, or the brown sort of terracotta look to it, which is quite nice. The weapons, it comes with the crossbow here, and there is a dedicated hand for it, I think. I can't remember which one it is. One of these hands, you can sort of place it in there and have him holding it, and the other hand sort of cradling it. And the other weapon is the sword here. Again, nicely painted. All plastic, nothing metal in this, but looks pretty nice. And then it's got these swap out face plates. So this one here, I actually thought this one made him look like he was scared shitless, but it's actually this sort of mold around the lips. So it's not actually one of those frowns where they're scared, which is what I thought it was. And then this one is the sculpt that's got more of the goatee or the beard at the bottom here, whereas the default is just the standard sort of little bit of hair there under the lip. But that's pretty much it for the accessories, apart from, of course, the standard display base. But I'll just get that out the way and give you guys a close look at the figure. Alright, so the figure straight up has a beautiful sort of dirt terracotta paint application all the way through. You can sort of see it being shaded there and so on, so I think they've done a great job of that. The armor and the sort of details in that are pretty nicely done as well. But there aren't too many other details that are really sort of sculpted in there, but at least the head sculpt and the sort of hair bun and so on are fairly nicely done. Articulation wise, you get the pretty good range of motion. I thought it was going to be hindered with the shoulder pieces, but they move out the way pretty easily, so you can get up to 90 degrees. The elbow joints are a little bit bigger this time, and you can get past 90 degrees at least, so that's not too bad. Then you have the top of the torso there, and then the rotation, and it's a little bit soft there, so you can sort of get him tilted to the front and so on a little bit. And then this whole sort of skirt piece is a much softer plastic, so it is a little bit pliable, and you can get him, splayed out a little bit. But other than that, it's not too much. And the knees themselves are only pretty much 90 degrees. And the feet here, there's not too much articulation at all. There is the sort of toe bend, but not too much other sort of tilting motion there, although you do get some decent ankle rocking motion. But what I might do is just swap out to the kneeling piece and see how that looks. So the piece that you swap out is the softer plastic piece there. So it just comes off like that, and then you remove the lower limbs. I would just be careful as to remember which side those lower limbs are, if one's the left or right. I think I've got it in the right way, but I'll probably have to go back to some photos to double check. But once you get that out of the way and then you insert them into the slots in the knees, it looks pretty good. You can stand or crouch in that sort of position, which makes me sort of feel I probably should have bought another one just to use this sort of accessory. But overall, I think in the end I might have them standing up, mucking around with the rest of the figures. So I'll see how I go, but hopefully you can stay tuned to the Facebook and Instagram page and look at all the latest photos that I'll be posting up over the next several days. But other than that, hopefully you like that look at this Terracotta Warrior. I think if you're into even just a bit of Chinese history, these are pretty much an iconic part of that Chinese history and the way they were constructed to protect the emperor, or the first emperor of China. So definitely good for any of the history buffs out there. But next up, I've got the new Tutankhamun DX set. So hopefully you can stick around for that. And until then, thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers. Bye.